Hello dear listener, please subscribe to our channel. Enjoy watching. Michael Donovan, successful lawyer, walked into his modern, well-furnished home in the affluent suburbs of New York City. The smell of roast chicken greeted him, but his attention was immediately drawn to a beautifully wrapped package on the kitchen counter. Jessica, his wife, an art gallery curator, looked up from preparing dinner, her expression a mix of excitement and nervousness. "Hey, Michael. Look what arrived today," she said, her voice slightly shaky. Michael approached the package, noting the elegant wrapping and pristine bow. "Who's it from?" he asked, his lawyer instincts already alert. Jessica shrugged, her fingers fidgeting with the edge of her apron. "No idea. There was no card." As Jessica unwrapped the box, Michael's unease grew. Inside was a stunning diamond necklace, the kind that cost more than most people's yearly salary. Jessica's eyes sparkled as she lifted it from the box, but Michael couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. "Any idea who might have sent it?" he probed gently. Jessica shook her head, avoiding his gaze. "None. Maybe a gallery client?" "It's beautiful, though, isn't it?" Michael forced a smile, but inside, suspicion gnawed at him. Over the next few days, Michael couldn't shake his unease. Jessica had become increasingly evasive, her phone constantly buzzing with messages she wouldn't let him see. Late-night calls that she took outside, whispered conversations, and frequent, unexplained absences only added to his anxiety. One evening, as Jessica left for yet another mysterious work meeting, Michael decided he couldn't take it anymore. He called Emily Hart, a private investigator recommended by a trusted colleague. Emily was known for her discretion and effectiveness, and Michael needed answers. When they met in a small, inconspicuous cafe, Emily listened intently as Michael explained his suspicions. Her eyes, sharp and calculating, assured him she was the right person for the job. "I'll start immediately," Emily said, sliding her notebook into her bag. "I'll keep you updated on everything I find." Michael nodded, feeling a mixture of relief and dread. He wasn't sure if he was ready for the truth, but he knew he needed it. Emily began her surveillance on Jessica, following her from their suburban home to her art gallery downtown. Jessica's behavior was meticulous, almost as if she knew she was being watched. She smiled and greeted her employees, held meetings with clients, and curated new exhibitions. But Emily's patience paid off. One rainy afternoon, Emily followed Jessica to a high-end hotel in the heart of the city. Jessica entered the lobby with a confident stride, her eyes scanning the room until they landed on a handsome man waiting by the elevators. Emily snapped several photos as Jessica greeted him with a kiss on the cheek. The man was Ryan Thompson, a businessman with a reputation for charm and deceit. Over the next week, Emily documented Jessica and Ryan's meetings, always in discreet locations, always with an air of secrecy. Jessica's demeanor changed around him. She seemed more relaxed, almost happier. Emily gathered the photos and notes, preparing for the next step, digging into Ryan's background. Emily's investigation into Ryan Thompson revealed a tangled web of lies. Ryan was married to a wealthy socialite, and their life seemed perfect on the surface. But Emily discovered that Ryan had a pattern of affairs, each woman believing she was his only love. He used his charm and money to manipulate them, keeping each relationship separate and secret. Emily compiled the evidence, knowing it would shatter Jessica's illusions. She met Michael again, this time with a heavy heart. "Michael, you need to see this," she said, handing him a folder filled with photographs and documents. Michael's face hardened as he went through the contents. The images of Jessica and Ryan, the evidence of Ryan's multiple affairs, and the detailed notes of their meetings made his heart ache. He had hoped it was a misunderstanding, but the truth was undeniable. "Thank you, Emily," he said quietly. "I need some time to think." Michael spent the next few days and a days, wrestling with his emotions. He loved Jessica, but her betrayal cut deep. He knew he needed to confront her, but he wanted to ensure Ryan's duplicity was exposed as well. Emily suggested a bold plan. Ryan was hosting a lavish party, celebrating a new business venture. It was the perfect opportunity to reveal his deceit. Michael agreed, though the thought of public confrontation made him uneasy. On the night of the party, Michael and Emily arrived, blending in with the crowd of high society guests. Emily had invited the other women Ryan had been seeing, ensuring they would be present for the reveal. As the night progressed, Emily discreetly gathered the women, leading them to a private room. Michael took a deep breath, preparing to confront Jessica and Ryan in front of everyone. Michael stepped onto the stage, tapping a glass for attention. The room quieted, all eyes on him. "Good evening, everyone. I apologize for the interruption, but there's something important that needs to be addressed," Michael began, his voice steady despite his nerves. He revealed the photos and documents, explaining Ryan's web of lies and infidelities. The room buzzed with shock and outrage as Ryan's lovers confronted him, each woman's heartbroken expression a testament to his deceit. Jessica, standing in the crowd, looked up at Michael with tear-filled eyes. The truth hit her hard, and she felt a wave of shame and regret. Ryan tried to defend himself, but the evidence was overwhelming. His reputation crumbled in an instant, and the guests turned against him. Back at home, Jessica and Michael faced each other in the dimly lit living room. The air was thick with tension and unspoken words. "Why, Jessica?" Michael finally asked, his voice filled with pain. Jessica broke down, tears streaming down her face. "I don't know, Michael. I felt neglected, unappreciated. Ryan made me feel special, but I see now it was all a lie." Michael's heart ached, but he couldn't ignore his own feelings of betrayal. "We need to talk, Jessica. We need to understand what went wrong and if we can fix it." Jessica nodded, willing to do whatever it took to salvage their marriage. Months passed as Michael and Jessica attended couples therapy, working through their issues with honesty and vulnerability. It wasn't easy, but they were committed to rebuilding their trust and connection. Emily checked in occasionally, offering her support and encouragement. Michael appreciated her professionalism and empathy, knowing her investigation had ultimately saved his marriage. Slowly, Michael and Jessica began to heal. They rediscovered their love for each other, stronger and more resilient than before. The mysterious gift that had once threatened to destroy their relationship became a symbol of their journey and the lessons they had learned. Michael and Jessica stood on the balcony of their home, watching the sun set over the city. They held hands, feeling the warmth and security of their renewed bond. "We've come a long way," Jessica said softly. Michael nodded, squeezing her hand. "We have. And we'll keep moving forward, together." They shared a tender kiss, knowing that their love, tested by deceit and betrayal, had emerged stronger than ever. The future was uncertain, but they faced it with hope and determination, ready to overcome any challenges that came their way. 6 months after the dramatic events that nearly tore them apart, Michael and Jessica Donovan had rebuilt their marriage on a foundation of honesty and trust. They were stronger than ever, enjoying quiet evenings at home and romantic weekends away. One evening, as they prepared for a dinner party at their home, Michael received a cryptic message on his phone. "You haven't seen the last of me. R." Michael's heart sank. "Jessica, we need to talk." Jessica's face paled as she read the message. "What does he want now?" Michael immediately contacted Emily Hart, their trusted private investigator. She arrived the next morning, her demeanor calm but alert. "I've done some digging," Emily said. "Ryan Thompson has been laying low, but he's recently come back into the city. I'll keep an eye on him." Jessica sighed. "We just started to move on. Why is he doing this?" Emily's surveillance revealed that Ryan was trying to rebuild his life, but with a twist. He had teamed up with Rebecca Price, an old acquaintance with a reputation for manipulation and deceit. Together, they were plotting something big, and it seemed to involve the Donovans. Ryan's message was just the beginning. Michael and Jessica began receiving unsettling packages. Photographs of them from years ago, letters with veiled threats, and even a small package with another expensive gift, a diamond bracelet. Michael's legal expertise kicked in. He contacted the police, but without direct threats of violence, they could do little. Detective Sam Reynolds, a seasoned officer, took a personal interest in the case. "Ryan's playing a dangerous game," Reynolds said during their meeting. "We'll do what we can, but be careful." Emily's investigation into Rebecca Price uncovered a history of deceit and manipulation. Rebecca had been involved in several high-profile scandals and was known for her cunning and ruthless tactics. "Rebecca and Ryan are a dangerous duo," Emily warned Michael and Jessica. "We need to find out their endgame." One night, while reviewing old case files, Michael stumbled upon a connection between Ryan and one of his former clients. It seemed Ryan had a vendetta against Michael, believing he had ruined his life. Jessica discovered a hidden compartment in one of the packages containing a memory card. The card contained videos of Ryan and Rebecca discussing their plans, including a scheme to frame Michael for embezzlement and ruin his career. With this new evidence, Emily and Detective Reynolds devised a plan to expose Ryan and Rebecca. They set a trap, using Michael as bait. Michael arranged a public meeting with Ryan, pretending to negotiate a deal. Meanwhile, Emily and Reynolds had wired the location with hidden cameras and microphones. At the meeting, Ryan revealed his plan to ruin Michael, but he was unaware of the hidden surveillance. As the conversation heated up, Rebecca joined them, adding her own threats. Emily and Detective Reynolds, monitoring from a nearby van, gathered enough evidence. They burst in, arresting Ryan and Rebecca on charges of conspiracy, extortion, and harassment. With Ryan and Rebecca behind bars, Michael and Jessica could finally breathe a sigh of relief. The media coverage of the case cleared Michael's name, and his career continued to flourish. Jessica's art gallery hosted a special exhibition, celebrating resilience and love. Emily became a close family friend, her efforts crucial in bringing peace back to the Donovans. A year later, Michael and Jessica stood in their garden, hosting a celebration with friends and family. Emily and Detective Reynolds were among the guests, their presence a reminder of the battle they had fought and won. Michael raised his glass in a toast to love, resilience, and the people who stand by us through thick and thin. As the sun set, casting a golden glow over their home, Michael and Jessica felt hopeful and ready to embrace whatever the future held, knowing they could face any challenge together. The mysterious gift had tested their love, but in the end, it made them stronger. If you leave a comment, tell us what you think about the story you heard. It's important to us and will help us find and tell stories that you find interesting. Thank you for watching us.